What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm talking about how a general contractor called wanting us to stripe a massive semi-truck new construction layout, how we sent over the highest quote, but that's when they chose the cheapest option. Then they called me back wanting me to resend the quote over because they fired the cheapest guys. This video is a good one. Stay until the end because it might just increase your value proposition when you're dealing with potential customers. But before that, if you want to get into seal coating or striping and you want more information than just a training course, we are doing amazing discounts right now for in-person training where you can come out to the job sites, learn in person, and get hands-on training. Then after taking this knowledge you've learned, go out and get in front of the right people to land 50, 60, 70, and even $100,000 plus jobs that can change your financial life for a minimal amount of money invested. Fill out the application in the second link in the pinned comment section or the description, or text me to get more information about some in-person training. And if not, you can always check out the How to Stripe course. It will be the first link in the pinned comment section and the description. Let's get to the video. Okay, I've got to talk about it. This is the kind of stuff that drives me crazy. But at the same time, I find it very funny as well. Let me explain. A couple months ago, I had a guy that sent me an email that was requesting that we do some new layout construction for a massive property. It was for a trucking company, and they wanted us to come in and do the striping. Well, I said it was fine and that we could get to it, but I just let him know ahead of time that if you send me this quote at the very last minute trying to get me to send a price, I'm not going to send a price at the very last second just to try to get a job. And that is what a lot of these large general contractors try to do, is send people a detailed drawing at the very last minute and then say that they're running short on time. Ultimately, why they do that is so that you'll jump on the opportunity to send them a bid, and then you will, in hopes, make a miscalculation to do it for a cheaper price in order to get the job. That is the complete opposite way that we run our company. I do not run my business that way because I know what these people are trying to do. Well, I don't hear anything back from this guy for 2.5 months. And it is a great opportunity. Let me just say that. I mean, it's a massive project. It's a $60,000 project, so it's a great opportunity. I'm not discounting that whatsoever. It's just, I know the way these guys work, and I didn't want to just try to jump on it at the last second and then make a mistake in pricing. Well, I don't hear anything back from this guy, and then he sends me an email 2 months later with a detailed sketch showing me the measurements. As you can see right here, this is a gigantic striping job. Not only that, but there's a lot of intricacies about it because it's for semi-truck parking. Well, when this contractor sends me the sketch, I just ignore him. I don't even send anything back to him. So he follows up with me again, trying to get me to put a bid on this project. Well, I really didn't want to fool with it, and a friend of mine lives here. His name is Matt. He does the same exact thing that I do. Both of us run parking lot maintenance companies in the same city. And I reached out to Matt. I said, hey, Matt, listen, I really don't want to fool with this because I know as soon as we send him a quote, he's going to go with somebody else. After Matt and I had a conversation about it, he told me, well, let's at least try to send it out. And I said, if you don't mind putting together the proposal, I'm perfectly okay with it. If you don't mind putting it together, getting the paint calculations, get the linear feet, all that, so on and so forth, then I don't mind sending it out. And if we get it, we'll both make some money. Well, Matt crunches the numbers, talks to the guys, sends it back over my way. I run it through my Quote IQ app, send it off, and probably within 15 or 20 minutes, no joke, these people respond back with, hey, Chris, we appreciate it. Don't want to waste your time. I just found out that they got a contract signed. Well, I knew that that was going to happen because I know how these kinds of people work. I know it. I mean, it's textbook. I can tell the kind of people that I'm dealing with based upon how they approach me asking for quotes. Well, I wasn't surprised. I called Matt up and I said, yeah, it was probably because the price. And, you know, if I would have came in at about 30 grand, without question, they would have picked us. But I'm not the cheapest guy. I'm very upfront with that with my customers whenever they call me. And I let them know up front, I'm not the cheapest guy. If you want the best quality work, then we're the people for the job. But I am not the cheapest company out there. Sometimes I'm cheap, but on larger projects that cause me to take more risk, I'm definitely not going to be cheaper. Well, I didn't hear anything back from this company, which that's usually how it works. Today, I get an email from this guy again after 2 weeks that says, hey Chris, have you sent out your estimate, letting me know who's in charge of the project, everything, so on and so forth, and where to send my estimate? And I said, hey man, I'm kind of confused. You told me a few weeks ago that after I sent my estimate, they decided to go with another company because obviously our price. And I talked to this guy, and guess what he tells me? If you're looking to level up and cash in on some big ticket customers, then consider checking out the How to Stripe marketing pack, where people like Garrett that got $18,000 worth of work off of what he learned from the training said, it's all good, bro, no worries. I've already made $18K this off season in the past month from using your marketing videos. I'm more than satisfied. Or like John that made $15K from the training. He said, I've landed over $15,000 on 2 jobs in less than a week using the marketing technique you teach in your online course. I'm waiting to hear back from 4 more potential customers who got bids. I can't believe it. By far the cheapest, easiest, and best results I've got from advertising for my company. Thanks for making the course available. Or like Jamie that landed a $34,000 school district. He said, I'm so happy. Just got confirmed I landed a $36,000 school job. I'm so happy. 7 schools in total starting sometime next week. And right now we're doing a discount for the marketing pack. So if you send me a text message or an email letting me know that you've seen this video and want access to the marketing pack, we can get it to you. That way you can start leveling up and landing bigger customers. All right, let's get back to the video. He says the company that we decided to pick did a horrible job. We're going to have to black out a lot of the lines. We fired them. And of course, you know, I'm cracking up because if they would have just hired us to do the project in the beginning, that wouldn't have happened. Now you can see, I'm going to show you these blueprints again right here. You can see that this is a very big project. Obviously, this isn't something that I'm going to try to go out and freehand. Now, since it's such a big project and I have connections, I have a friend of mine who is a land surveyor because that's what I did before I started striping. I was a field technician for a land surveyor. So I know how they could just go localize on the points, set up control, and then get coordinates for where every single location should be on that blueprint. That's what we were going to do. We were going to pinpoint all the corners where the corners of the parking spaces should be, drive a PK nail in there, and then pop a string line in between and then stripe on that line. It was going to be done right. And that's the difference between a company that hires people for the cheapest price. Not saying that people who charge the cheapest are not the best quality of work, but man, Matt told me when he talked to that guy on this gigantic project that he was getting bids as low as $14,000. $14,000. He said he got several bids at $30,000. Ours, it was $68,000. I charged $68,000 to do that project. Now, why was I going to charge $68K to do that project? Because if I was going to set foot on that project, you can guarantee that it is going to be done right. That's why I was going to pay a surveyor out of my pocket and my profit to make sure that it was done right. What they try to do is these large general contractors do a disservice to their customer by skimping out on a quality product. And they want you and me to give them the cheapest price and give the best quality work. But man, I heard a quote from somebody, and I believe it's absolutely phenomenal. It said, "The sweetness of a cheaper price is soon forgotten after the bitterness of poor quality." And that's the difference between the quality of service that we offer and then our competitors offer, okay? Not to say that we don't have some good competitors. I've got some very good competitors that do great work. But when you're hiring shoddy companies that don't produce the level and quality of work that we do, it's evident. So that's the reason why. Matt and I talked this morning, and he asked me would I be willing to drop it to $50,000 to acquire the project. And I thought about it, but it's about 6 hours away. We're gonna have to stay in a hotel for about a week, and so I said, well, let's drop it 10 grand. Let's go to 58,000. And Matt said he was probably cool with that. So overall, if we get the project, which I think that we're going to, it's going to be a massive job. Matt and I are going to split the profits half and half. We're going to pay a surveyor who's a friend of ours about $10K to lay it out for us. And the customer's going to get a quality product. All three of us are going to get a nice paycheck. And their customer, more importantly, is going to get a quality result. And that's the difference between a subpar company who charges the cheapest price, okay? Now, let me say this. I'm very well aware of how to increase my value proposition to elevate the perception of my company in the mindset of the customer, okay? We know what we're doing in that, okay? We not only do we offer we offer amazing service where we're staying in constant contact with our customer throughout the process, scheduling and work phases. So I know how to increase the value proposition and the perceived value that my company has for these people, okay? I know how to do that. It's just they wanted the cheapest price. A commodity is worth whatever someone is willing to pay for it, okay? For example, if gasoline is worth $3.10 a gallon, guess what everybody's paying who wants to drive around? $3.10 a gallon. Well, if our government wants to raise gas prices, well, you go to the pump tomorrow and it's $5.10 a gallon and it's went up $2 overnight. That commodity has now elevated in its pricing. Well, guess what? If you wanted to continue to drive your car around, guess what you're going to do? You're going to pay $5.10 a gallon. Why? Because that is what the commodity is worth and what you're willing to pay for it. It's the same exact concept within your business. If you're the cheapest guy, someone is willing to pay for your 15 to 20 to 30 cents a foot, okay? And guess what? If you're the most expensive guy, there are people that are out there that want to pay $1.50 a foot, $27 a line. And that's the difference between, and that's where you have to zero in on your marketing. Because if you're differentiating yourself within your marketing, other than we're just the cheapest price, it increases brand recognition, value proposition, all these things work together. And if you're the cheapest guy, like I love watching people bragging about striping 7 days a week. We're striping 7 days a week. We have all this work 7 days a week. But they're working for the cheapest price, and you may be making it up in volume, but why would you want to work 7 days a week for the cheapest price, taking every single project that comes along and the headache customers that it comes with? Why would you want to do that when you can stripe 4 or 5 days a week, make the same amount of money, and then determine who you work for because you have a more expensive price than other people? Guys, I love it because we get to determine who we work for, okay? Just because a bid comes in and I have an opportunity to bid, and what a great opportunity. It's so exciting. I don't take every single opportunity. When I first dealt with this customer that I'm talking about in this video, even though it was a big ticket item, I said, don't send me this at the last second, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to get to it. I don't care how expensive it is. And what do you know? Because they didn't listen to what I said, trying to get the cheapest price. Now, who do they want to come get on the project? Us. Okay? Now, who are they asking to resubmit a bid? Us. Okay? Are we going to get it the second time? I don't know, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So if they pick another company this time, then, I mean, that's just on them. We're going to drop the price about 10 grand and be at about 58, and we're still going to be higher than other people. But the quality of service is there. Anyways, guys, that's my striping rant for the day. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell icon, and we will see you in the next video.